You're gonna love this next car. It's a 1955 Ferrari Europa GT, a very rare car. So if you enjoyed the last video, you'll enjoy the next one, and keep tuning in. We like to show you the cars. Have a nice day. Good morning.
Good.
I'm here with Bob, and he's going to tell me about his 1955 Ferrari Europa.
A GT Europa.
Okay.
That defines it, by the way, the GT part of it.
Can you tell me a little bit about the uniqueness of this car?
Enzo Ferrari was only interested in racing. So to generate some funds, he decided to make some road cars. So the earliest iteration of this car was about a run of about maybe a dozen or so 250 Europas. But then they changed it to the Europa GT, changed the chassis, the engine, and everything, made it a much more drivable car. And it's one we really enjoy. And the best part of ownership right now is my wife loves to drive it.
And you let your wife drive it?
Oh, she throws it around like it's a Mini.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she is.
So when you purchased the car, how much work did you have to have done?
At first, we just got it running, and I drove it around LA for about a year and a half. Then my company wanted to send me to Europe, so I moved there and sold the car to the mechanic that was taking care of our race cars. And they took it apart the next year and took it apart and never put it back together again.
Oh, really?
So here it was in pieces. And sadly, they both went to their rewards sometime later, and I got it back from their estate. And we did hamburger helper for a few years. And then,
Understandable.
And then committed to restore the car. And with a number of different suppliers.
How long did it take you to restore?
It was about a year and a half. And one company did the sheet metal work and the paint and so forth. Another company up in Neenah, Wisconsin did the mechanics. And we drive it all the time. We love it. And it's a nice tour car because it's big inside, it's well ventilated, and of course they're faster than you can go on any of the roads. So
Can you show me the interior of the car,
Sure.
please?
So as you can see, it's big inside. You're not cooped up in it ever. And the big vents down there keep it cool when you're driving it.
So this has no AC. That's your,
No,
those vents
that was
are
long
your
before
AC.
And it's a heavy car to drive because this was 55, so it has big drum brakes and they're hard. And the steering is rough. Not rough, but it's heavy because there's no power assist.
But it is a manual transmission.
Manual, 4-speed manual transmission.
Okay.
And as all of them were. And besides that, it's just a fun car to drive. I mean, it's an easy car. Nice thing about them is, depending on, aside from what it looks like, it's a very simple car. The engines and everything is...
Could you show me the engine?
Sure.
Please? Thank you. This is learning something new.
It's a 3-liter V12 single overhead cam. Puts out, in today's it's nothing, but it puts out about 220, 250 horsepower, which was big in 1955.
In 1955, that would be kind of powerful.
But it's a big looking, but it's a very simple engine. 2 distributors and 3 carburetors, but in spite of all the hardware, it's a very simple engine and very reliable. So.
How is it to drive?
Well, we both love it. She loves to drive. She drives it more than I do.
Really?
Yeah, really. And I wasn't kidding. She loves to throw it around. But it's a comfortable car to drive because you're comfortable inside and everything works. And they're reliable, so you very seldom do you get stopped on the road. I was stopped by the state police one time.
And?
And I pulled over and I said, "Officer, what was I doing?" He said, "I just wanted to look at the car."
Okay, how rare is this?
The first early series they made about, I think, maybe a dozen or so. And then they converted it and really made it quite a different car. And they made about 40 of these, 44 of these.
So this is actually very rare.
Right, and they say that there are probably half of those still around in one shape or another.
Okay.
A lot of the ones that came to the U.S., people took the engine out and put a Chevy V8 in it, so sacrilege.
Right. Try to keep it as original as possible.
Yeah, indeed. And it is. The only thing that doesn't have the correct stamping and serial number on it is the differential, because the first guy that I bought it from bought it for his son, and the kid kept taking it out to the drag strip and blowing the diff out of it.
Okay.
So he put a Ford differential in it. So when we got it and did the restoration, we had to recreate the differential. But nobody looks at the serial numbers on the diff.
So how many shows have you taken the car to?
Oh, off and on, maybe a dozen or so. Only one appearance at Pebble Beach.
And how many trophies or awards have you won with her?
A fair number of them. They're kind of stacked up.
Yeah? Do you think you're going to take an award today?
No, we won't, because it's been here before and it's been judged before.
Okay.
But we will be judged today by Haggerty's Kiddies Judging.
Okay.
Which is really going to be fun. You never know what the kids are going to say.
You're right.
Most of them are bored with the whole thing, but there's usually 3 or 4 of them that are really interested in the cars. And that's kind of fun to see what they think about it. So.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, thank you for your interest. I really appreciate it.
It's a beautiful car. It really is.
People love to talk about their cars, and that's one of the nice things about the whole show here. You know, it's just they're interested in the cars, and I'm glad to hear you're interested in them.
We'd like to show your car next, so please leave us a comment, subscribe, and like us.